in the countryside, and that's because there wasn't a lot flowering during the winter. But now we're coming near the end of April and spring is definitely well on its way. The trees are just about getting little bits of green on them, but there are lots and lots of spring plants around. Down here at my feet we have dandelions, and dandelions are nature's wonder herb. You probably know that the leaf is called in French pissenlit, and that means wet the bed, and that's because the leaf is very strongly diuretic. It's very clever though, because if you take a diuretic you leach all the potassium out of your body, and dandelion leaf is not only a diuretic but it's also high in potassium. Dandelion root, which I'm not going to dig up, but it's got quite a thick root on it, a little bit like a baby parsnip, is a very good digestive system herb, and what it does is it's a bitter herb, and it stimulates the liver into improving digestive enzyme function. So it's very good for the digestive system. Over here, and actually growing all around the field, you can see cuckoo flower. Very pretty flower, and the leaf of this, it's a mustard family flower, and the leaf of this can be put into salads. Tastes very mustardy. Not convinced I should be actually eating that much of it, because it looks like the cows have had quite a good time in the field, so it might not be too clean without me washing it. Well, it could be put into salads. It's quite nice and obviously high in vitamin C. At this time of year there would have been a shortage of vitamin C in olden days, because all the vegetables would have been finished before the new lot of vegetables come up, and so they would have been rooting around in the countryside for plants that are high in vitamin C, and this would have been one of them, along with nettles and goosegrass that we've seen in other videos in the past. I just wanted to show you in such a small area how many medicinal plants there are without you having to try to look very far. We're still in East Sussex. We're about, I'd say about 10 miles from our home in Eastbourne, in an area called Old Heathfield, and we're just dog walking through the fields here, and just in this very short space, we'll come round here and we'll start here, we've got yellow dock, the root of which is a very good digestive system herb. We've got nettles here, which is an excellent blood tonic and also high in vitamin C, so it's a very good early vegetable to use. I have tried nettles as a vegetables and I have to say they're pretty yucky, but if you were desperate then nettles would be a very good source of iron and vitamin C. If you come around here a little bit more, just down here is the end of some yellow celandine, some lesser celandine, and the common name of the lesser celandine is pilewort, and the name describes exactly what it does. The root of the plant is mashed up and made into a cream for hemorrhoids, and is a really excellent hemorrhoid medicine. Just to carry on the theme of let's see how many medicinal herbs we can find in a small area, over there is where we were looking at the nettle, the dock and the lesser celandine, and along the hedgerow here we have got elderflower, not flowering yet, just coming into bud there. And elderflower is a very good antiviral, anticatarrhal, antibacterial herb. And then just next door to it, just beside it, there, I can't quite reach it at the moment, is the hawthorn. But we saw hawthorn last year in a video up on the downs. We're just beside a very interesting brick-built waterfall here, and this is a rather beautiful bank. You can see the self-wheel here is flowering, very, very pretty flower, and that's Prunella Vulgaris, and its common name explains what it does. It's used to heal wounds made into a paste. There's primroses down there, there's gorse here. Gorse smells absolutely gorgeous. It's a little bit like, it's got a coconutty smell. Further up there at the top is a broom, and some brooms are used in herbal medicine. I don't think it's that one, but some brooms are used to actually raise blood pressure. It's not a herb that I would ever use because it's quite a strong and quite poisonous herb, and you need to be very, very careful with it. But it did have its uses in the past. But this is rather a lovely bank. And down here, there's another mustard family plant. And again, those little leaves will be very high in iron and vitamin C and can be put into salads. Ow! It's also rather brambly and thistly. Come on, come on. I really wish you could do this walk in real time with us, because we're walking on a path where there are primroses either side of us. There's a little stream going down there with rushes in, and I think those rushes might be yellow flag, but until they flower it's difficult to tell. They might be yellow or blue flag. There's gladioli coming up all along the side. There are bluebells, there's self-heal, there's little lesser celandine. There are so many plants. The birds are singing, the sun is shining, the trees are just going green, and it is exquisite. Anyway, you can see bits of it with us. Look at this, this is absolutely beautiful. We've got primroses, we've got wood, I think these are wood anemones. If they're not wood anemones, they're wood sorrel, but I'll double check it. We've got wood violets here, and we've got all sorts of gorgeous things growing. It just looks so beautiful. Lots more medicinal plants that we're seeing on the way. This is a comfrey. Too early for it to be flowering yet. Comfrey leaf is very high in mucilage, very, very soft and downy, and a very, very good healer, high in something called allantoin, which is a healer. Unfortunately, comfrey also contains pyrrolizidine alkaloids, which can damage the liver if used in large amounts, so you need to be a little bit careful with comfrey. That's mostly concentrated in the root. The leaf is much safer to use and is a very, very good healer. Down here, this is stitchwort. It is from the Stellaria family, and it's the same family as chickweed. Now, I don't know if this is used medicinally, but certainly the chickweed, again, is used as a very good healing cream, and I use it often for eczema creams. It's very interesting. This is another example of, obviously, the nutrients in the ground here are good for plants that give us good healing qualities for our external skin conditions. I always find that interesting because different areas produce groups of plants that have very similar properties in them, and it obviously must be something to do with the nutrients in the ground. This is definitely wood sorrel. You can see the leaf is completely different there, and you can see why I got confused with the wood anemone back there, because the flower is very, very similar, but this is definitely the wood sorrel. I know that from the leaf, which is a really clover-like leaf on it. It's so pretty. That's an orange tip butterfly on the cuckoo flower. I really hope you've enjoyed this walk. I've enjoyed it enormously. There have been so many beautiful plants to look at, gorgeous weather, scenery, fantastic, trees just waking up. If you want to see any of my other walks, please visit my web page www.herbalhealthinformation.com. Also, don't forget to visit my Facebook page, which is Linda Bostock, Medical Herbalist, and press the like button, and you'll get all the current information and all the plants that I've seen on all my walks that I've been on. See you soon. Bye.